Okay, the next group of drugs are serotonin, norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Like I stated in the previous chapter, norepinephrine is the same thing as noradrenaline. That might be a good question about norepinephrine and noradrenaline being the same thing. What they do is they inhibit the reuptake of both serotonin and norepinephrine. The dual inhibition is more effective than either the serotonin or the norepinephrine by themselves. These drugs are available mostly as tablets and developed because alternatives to TCAs and MAOIs, and that they had fewer side effects. So you can see the table on page 98 for some more information about the SNRIs. Oops, did I go backwards? Oh, there we go. So now we're going to talk about the drug. Oh, I jumped ahead. So the drugs in this group include duloxetine, which is Cymbalta, desvenlafaxine, which is Pristiq, and venlafaxine, which is Effexor or Effexor ER. Now, venlafaxine inhibits the reuptake of serotonin more than it does the norepinephrine, so it focuses more on the serotonin side. And again, like I noted in chapter 5, we've got to be careful when we get an order for Effexor that we clarify. Is it Effexor tablets or is it a capsule, which would be Effexor XR, especially if it's a 75 milligram dose, since that's the same in either. If they tell us 100, well, then we know it's a tablet. If they tell us 150, well, we know it's a capsule. But if they say 75, we have to clarify, do you take a tablet or do you take a capsule? The next group are the norepinephrine dopamine inhibitors, and these are dopamine receptor inhibitors, are known as NDRIs. So this class was introduced in the 1970s, again as an alternative to the TCAs. Now, the benefit is these do not cause drowsiness. There's only one drug that we're going to talk about in this group, and it's bupropion. It's rapidly absorbed and has a weak effect on dopamine and norepinephrine reuptake. And the bupropion is taken in doses greater than 450 milligrams a day, or 150 milligram dose increases the risk for seizures in people who are diagnosed with seizure disorders. So that's something to be aware of. Now, it comes in many brand names. We have Wellbutrin, which is an immediate release, and it says right here, take it 3 times daily. So this is what a Wellbutrin tablet, a 75 milligram one, would look like. Then we have Wellbutrin XL, and both the strengths for the XL are white. And then we have Wellbutrin SR. So you see where we could come into some challenges here if we're not paying attention. XL or SR. And then these come in different colors. There's 5 different strengths. Then there's another drug that's also bupropion, and that drug goes by the brand name of Zyban. Now, Zyban is specifically indicated for the treatment of smoking cessation, not for depression. The warning labels for your SNRIs and your NDRIs include that they may cause dizziness or drowsiness, they may impair the ability to drive, they should not drink alcohol. For trazodone and venlafaxine, they should take with food, and they should swallow whole. Any extended or sustained release formulations, they should not crush them or chew them. And again, they should not discontinue their medication without medical supervision. Additionally, sedation could be found with venlafaxine and desvenlafaxine, and duloxetine can cause muscle weakness. I'm going to jump back just for a second here, and then we're going to look at these 2 drugs again. So again, we see that venlafaxine is in both of these formulations. So this is a newer version of the drug. It's an isomer. So again, the stoichiometry, or the way that the molecule is positioned, is a little different. So these drugs do work just a little different and may have slightly different side effects and also different indications. All right, so let's jump ahead.